Joining me once again is Beverly Mayor William Scanlon. Mayor, there's a big visit coming tomorrow, Thursday, May 20th, to the city of Beverly. Would you like to inform us on that?
Well, the Lieutenant Governor is coming to see the product of what we did with the $2.5 million that the state gave us to improve the marina, the waterfront behind the old McDonald's, the slips, the sheet piling, the apron, and it's really impressive what has happened down there. Done a nice job with it. Soon we're going to get another almost $1.4 million to deal with the commercial marina. And when that has happened, to put the two together, you're talking about the better part of $4 million. We would really have spiffed up our waterfront and put it in good shape. That is, the municipal waterfront.
Right. One of the things that I think a lot of people were concerned about when a lot of the construction went on was a lot of fishermen like to get down there and fish off of the area behind McDonald's. Will that be available to the local fishermen?
Yes, you're talking about people walking onto the public pier and fishing from there. In fact, I was just down there a few minutes ago when there was a fellow doing that. We have made it so that they can't cast their lines as easily onto the boats. You know, you got those lead sinkers out there and you toss that sucker and drop about 20 feet of altitude. And so they have to be a little bit more selective the way they fish, but absolutely they're able to fish. That's their boat.
Yeah, and I'm happen to be among those guys that does that upon occasion. Where does the usage of the old McDonald's stand at this point in relationship to the whole area down there?
Well, as you probably know, we expect to put a significant restaurant on that site. But there is a case before the Department of Environmental Protection. We were anticipating a decision in December, and here we are now in May, and we still don't have it, but we're expecting it soon. And that's the only thing standing between us and going forward with the restaurant. The city has permitted the thing, gone through all the different hoops and permits, etc. And so if we get the right answer out of DEP, then you'll see the restaurant rise from the ashes.
And the other side of the harbor, the other side of the Salem Bridge.
The Beverly-Salem Bridge, we call it. I suppose they call it the Salem-Beverly Bridge. But we call it the Beverly-Salem Bridge, just in case you're wondering. It's really the Veterans Memorial Bridge, in fact. Representative Ruane saw to that. He was the rep from Salem for a long time. On the other side, there's a fully permitted 72-unit housing project, and I understand there are some rumblings of that coming to life. We've had a number of people approach the city lately about housing, quite a bit of it in rental housing. How that one would be, I'm not certain. When it was put forward, they were talking condominiums, but it's conceivable they could change that. There is a project about to start on Rantoul Street at the site of the old Kelly Infinity dealership, and there'll be 38 units of housing on that site. The car dealership will be actually taken down. It's empty and been stripped of things. It'll be just knocked to the ground and this building put there.
Excellent. Just going back to the waterfront for one last point, is there a time frame? You mentioned another additional $1.4 million coming in. Is there a time frame for that aspect of the project for completion?
I would think that it will probably take about 18 to 20 months to do all that work. We have a fair amount of fishing out of there. Actually, we are sixth, according to the latest statistics that I've seen in terms of lobster landings, sixth in the state. And sometimes I think our waterfront's taken for granted.
You know, it's. I don't think everybody is aware of the extent of the usage or busyness of the waterfront activity. I know as a frequent patron of the Anchor and knowing Teresa and Joe very well, I know I actually lobstered with Teresa at one point to find out what that experience was, and I admire her all the more for doing it.
She's quite a lady.
Yes, I will not arm wrestle her, just so you know. Okay, that's going to conclude this part of our interview. Mayor, I wanted to thank you and look forward to our next meeting.
Very good, sir.